Hello world of intellects. Today I'll be answering 6 of the most important questions that you should consider after India officially banned Chinese mobile applications. Starting with first, how will the users be affected? Installed app may continue to work on existing devices, but now that the latest version has been removed from Google's Play Store and Apple's App Store, the users will not be able to access the latest versions. Moving on to question number 2. How large is the users base in India for these apps banned? Estimate by Sensor Tower shows that video sharing social media platform, for instance TikTok, has about 611 million downloads in India all over its lifetime, while estimates of active users vary from highest pegged at 200 million users. According to media report, file sharing platform ShareIt has over 400 million downloads in India. StatCounter places Alibaba-owned UC browser second in Indian market at a share of 10.19% after Google Chrome, according to a Reuters report. Moving on to question number 3. How does the ban affect Chinese app providers? The potential loss of advertising revenue impacts the app makers. TikTok parent ByteDance Limited had recorded a doubling of global revenue to $17 billion in 2019 over the previous year with $3 billion in profit. Its India's business may have yielded only $5.9 million in revenue for the year ended March 2019. When TikTok was banned briefly in India on the ground that it remotely promoted pornography, the company had told a local court that they were losing roughly around $15 million a month, according to a Reuters report. The app had been subsequently permitted to operate. Moving on to question number 4. What has China's response been to the ban? China said that it suspects India's action could be a violation against the WTO rules. In a statement, Chinese embassy in Delhi said, India's measures selectively and discriminately aims to certain Chinese apps on ambiguous and far-fetched grounds, run against fair and transparent procedure requirements, abuses national security exception, and is suspected of violating the WTO rules. It also goes against the general trend of international trade and e-commerce and is not conducive to the consumer interest and the market competition in India. The Chinese government comment indicate that it could file a formal report against India at WTO. Moving on to question number 5. Will this move hurt India? It could in terms of investments and employment. ByteDance Limited had talked about upcoming investment worth ₹1 billion in India. This will probably remain suspended till any future clarity emerges, potentially impacting job creation. Moving on to the last question, the pros and cons of the app ban. Pros for India. It is early days yet, but by all accounts, the move to ban China's apps has been a well thought out move by Indian government. Here are some positives from these apps banned. Suitable response to Chinese border aggression. Since India will not like to physically engage with China, a bigger and a dangerous enemy, this virtual response has been a suitable reply. Second, opportunity for Indian entrepreneurs. China has always protected and promoted its own entrepreneurs by banning global apps and software, which throws up names such as WhatsApp, YouTube, Google, Facebook, Instagram, even Quora. This ban provides an opportunity for Indian app makers to come forward. Third, signals innovative thinking by Modi's government. So what have been the cons for India? If China retaliates with economic measures, its impact on India could be significantly larger. Hence, there are following disadvantages to this move. First, Indian imports much larger that of Chinese. While India relies heavily on imports from China, a much smaller portion of China's imports are from India. In fiscal year 2019, 5.1% of India's export were destined from China, while only 3% of China's came to India. Also, 13.7% of Indian imports were from China, while only 0.9% of China's were from India. The chart depicts the imported product for which India depends the most on China. Second, may have impact on Chinese investments in India. Many Indian unicorns has a Chinese investor. The chart depicts the estimated investments by Chinese companies in the select startups. Last but not the least, protectionism reduces innovation and competitiveness. This may have a long-term impact on the performance of India companies. Also, Google and Facebook will get a free run in India and may become exploitable. Well, in the end, if you like this video, consider subscribing and share the video for good karma. Thank you.